Hi guys, and welcome to my first video back of 2017. I know I've been gone for quite a while and I can only apologise, but as per usual, I have my reasons which I will share with you first of all. It pretty much started in December where my download speed was like 0.03 or 0.02, which is absolutely atrocious. You can't even load Instagram stuff. I should say this is my internet connection. It was super awful. It was disconnected for a while they sent like an engineer out, and then I was supposed to be waiting on results and they were going to contact me. That all got messy. I had to have a new router. So far it seems to be working. I did have to ring them again yesterday, and it seems to be okay. But okay, so that's like the number one thing that means I can't like upload anyway. Number two, with it being like winter and it seems to always be gloomy on the weekends, which is why it's a little bit darker than I would like it, but never mind. So that's like number one thing that irritates me. And so I don't like to film videos that are perhaps lesser quality or that I don't like how they turn out, if that makes sense. Number three is that my camcorder broke. Just randomly, I didn't drop it, like nothing happened to it. The little spinny viewfinder thing, so you can see what you're filming, broke. So that's like essentially no good. And it was coming up to Christmas, so I didn't want to spend like money on me because I still had stuff to buy for family. My laptop was slowly dying and has been slowly dying. I think I bought it in like 2011, and so it's lasted quite a long time. And you think of all of the videos it's produced, and it was that old that it could not cope with my video editor, which means that when I was editing it wouldn't play back the visual and the audio at the same time. It was super like laggy, and so the way I had to edit was through my like listening through when I would take breaths to start a sentence and things like that, and it just took forever. So my plan was to get a laptop in the Boxing Day sales. I did not know that I would be needing a camcorder as well, and I would be having problems with my internet on top of that. So to fix all those things, number one, I got a new laptop, and editing is just a dream on it. It's lovely and so much more enjoyable. I got a new camcorder, which I love and I'm still getting used to. I'll put all the details down below because I know people ask about these types of things, and so far my internet seems to be okay. Now, back to the actual video and the reason for me filming today. What I like to do at the end of every year is do like a goodbye 2000X, hello 2000X, and obviously this time it is goodbye 2016 and hello 2017. Now I appreciate we are already 1 month in to 2017, but I still wanted this to be like my first video back, and so this is what we're going to be doing today. So to summarise, a lot of things happened in my life in 2016. I started the year off being quite sad and depressed, and was trying to get inheritance from my dad basically because he was holding on to it. Relationship wise it was a bit naff, which progressively got worse. I quit college. What else did I do? Oh, I went on holiday to Tenerife, that was shit. Went and viewed this house, put an offer on this house, moved in, lost weight, lost dead weight, became happy, met the most incredible person in my life, or in the world rather, that has had such massive impact on my life. What else? Oh my god, I bought the dogs. Shit, this is so hard to summarise. I've literally made notes on pretty much every single month, which I'm going to run through, but if you think that may be super boring and you don't like listening to me speak for ages, then fine, I'll just do your summary, which is going fucking awful so far. In January, my nan and granddad's house sold. All of the money from everything, like the house, his accounts, blah blah blah, was all put into one, and my dad unfortunately was the one in charge of splitting it out between my sister, myself, himself and his sister, which is our auntie. Now my dad has always put money before everything, before myself and my sister. He's also put his partner before myself and my sister, which made my childhood not the greatest, and I feel like it might have been better had he have not been in it. But that's like a different story, but that's kind of why it was so hard to try and be a team, working with like all four of us together, and it just wasn't really working, and I didn't trust that he was going to give me and my sister the true amount of money that we had been left by my nan and granddad. Like, my sister has children. For me it was important that she got as much money as possible, and I needed as much as possible because I wanted to put a deposit down on the house. Like, this money was going to set me up to start a great life, and a lot of people don't get that chance, and I really didn't want him to ruin it for me. And so basically I tried to see if I could go through all the paperwork and check it through. Bearing in mind my job, I work in an accountant's, I work with numbers and stuff all day, every day. I am more than capable of checking that everyone gets a fair amount. But he kept coming up with excuses. It was just looking so shady. So I was like, right, okay, I don't understand what the problem is. And he was like, well, I'm just going to pay for an accountant to go through it all. Why? To be spiteful? It's just, I mean, it was just ridiculous. I was so pissed off in January because he's an arsehole. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'm not even going to deal with him. I'll talk to you like once you give me this money, and then after that we're done, kind of thing. Also in January, I was going through a lot of stress with college. It probably tied in actually with the whole like nan and granddad thing and the house. I just wasn't doing like very well, and I don't think my heart was really in it. I didn't like the college that I went to. The college that I went to was in Sutton Coldfield. It was like Birmingham Met, and I just felt really like out of place. I don't know, like I don't know if it's just because like I've done school and I did sixth form and then I've worked, and then to like go back into a college setting where I feel like I don't know, like I didn't really have anyone. It's not like you've got your group of friends. I just didn't like it, and I didn't like going, and so I decided to quit going to college, and I paid for home learning, which I also hated. In February, nothing really happened. I have no notes on February, so let's just ignore that one. In March, I actually received my inheritance, thankfully, and that is also when I think I last properly spoke to my dad, was arranging like giving my account details to him so he could pay me. I had this money and I started looking for houses, and just like nothing was coming up. I was so desperate to get out of living with my mum and to find somewhere, and for nothing to be coming up. It's just frustrating, and I'm impatient with things like that anyway, and so yeah, like it was just a bit annoying. Again, I have like exam/college stress on here. I didn't like home learning. It was just at shitty times. I think it was like I'd finish work at 5. I would start this online thing at 6 until 9, and it's like live. I just hated it. It was shit, and I just couldn't be bothered, and like that was my whole day just gone, kind of thing. Like I had no time to relax. In April, I decided that I was going to quit college for good. Now this caused me a lot of stress and a lot of worry because of me working in an accountant's practice. I was worried that my bosses would not be okay with me not doing this qualification. But honestly for me, like it was making me miserable. My heart wasn't in it. I literally threw like thousands at it trying to get myself to do it, and I just didn't, it wasn't there for me. And yeah, like I sat down like during my pay review and just like kind of like don't want to do it, and like they were fine with it, thankfully. And since then, honestly, I've just been so much happier. Now I'm not one to just quit things, but that was a really good decision, like on my part, and I'm quite glad I did that. I don't really like saying that, oh well, I quit college and I quit learning this and this qualification, but honestly it wasn't doing anything for me, and yeah, said and done. What I also thought might be quite insightful was to take little snippets of my diary throughout the year, which is how I kind of grasped what was going on during each month and how I felt. So in April I was still looking for the house, and I'm sure things at home weren't that great, and I'm sure that relationship wise things weren't that great either, and so not only did I have like college, I was worrying about work. I think the relationship was starting to go downhill. I was stressing at my mum, I was trying to find somewhere to go. And the passage that I've put is this: I'm struggling, mentally and emotionally struggling. I'm stressed, I feel abandoned, alone, and like there's no one to listen to my cries for help and support. I feel like I'm constantly on the verge of tears. And this then goes on to me talking about college, and I kind of felt like at this time I didn't really have any like friends. My social circle has always been quite tight-knit and small, and I have the friendships that are like, you don't have to see them all the time and be in, I don't know, go out every weekend or whatever. Like my friends and my friendships that I have with people, I can see them like once every couple of months, and like that's enough. And that's just the type of friendships that I like, and I value those. And so obviously going through all this and not really having anyone that I could talk to was just a bit naff, and I got myself in a bit of a tizzy. At the end of April then, to be precise, the 21st of April 2016, I went and viewed this house. And I put an offer in, and I ended up getting it, as you know. It was probably one of the scariest but exciting moments of my life. I'd finally found somewhere that I liked. I was shitting myself after making the offer to then waiting for someone to go, yeah, we'll accept it. I can't even explain it. It's just a horrid feeling, but at the same time, like, it's really exciting. And obviously from there, I then had to sort out like mortgage and blah. I know I've had a couple of you sort of message me and ask a bit more information on how you go about buying a house. I will do a separate video just because there's quite a lot, but if there's like specific areas that you need me to cover, just pop it down below so at least I know, and it'll help me form a better structured video. The month of May is where I was super psyched because I'd essentially got a house. I hadn't like signed contracts or anything, but like I had a house. I decided not to share this information with the person I was in a relationship with at that time straight away. My excitement wasn't really shared, and I feel like that added to perhaps the breakdown of everything. And I just couldn't really understand, like, when you're on such a buzz and you want to share that with people you care about, when it's not like reciprocated, it's like, oh. And that's how I felt, and so I started like talking to people who felt that excitement. Like I just felt a lot better, and like that kind of led me to become distant, and rightly so. Like, this is fucking exciting, and I needed someone by my side to be excited for me. And to not, like, I don't know, it started up a load of shit and things got worse from there. So I was kind of on my own with the whole, like, I'm super excited, and I tried to just put all of that negativity to one side and just carry on and do me kind of thing. I also had my 22nd birthday on the 12th of May. What did I do? Oh, I think I went to Alton Towers actually, and the following day, oh, I was talking to my mum on my birthday about like what it's going to be like living alone, and I would feel better if I had a dog. Consequently, the next day I ended up buying Bruno, which I'm sure you've all met by now, my little chunky muffin and first love of my life. He is coming up to 1 year old this February, and oh, I just love him. So I got Bruno on the 13th of May. This I think because my attention was diverted to this puppy, it created tension and jealousy in other areas, shall we say, which is so petty and silly, and like I now had this responsibility of, I'm a mummy to this little puppy, this little fur baby, and that's all I care about. Like, I'm going somewhere in life, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting this house and I've now started my family, and I am happy. In June then, I got little Darcy Doo, the troublemaker, the one that causes the majority of the fucking damage in this house. Bruno was starting to get a little bit sad and a little bit depressed, and didn't really have anybody to play with, so I thought, right, fuck this, I am going to get him a little sister. I was going to wait like a year so I could train him and have time with him, and then he could sort of show the other one the ropes kind of thing, but I ended up getting her anyway, and he is besotted by her. Even now, she's a little shit, but he loves her. She is like, you can tell she's the younger one because she acts like it, but she's kind of the boss as well. He's just a big softie and he loves her and he'll let her do anything, and oh, my babies, I'm such a proud mummy. So my responsibility grew, and so did the love I have for these two little furry babies. Okay, so I was going to read you a diary extract to explain a bit more about the situation and what I was feeling at this time, but I feel like it might be a bit too bitchy. And so I will try and go about it as nicely as possible. Basically, the relationship was breaking down even more. I didn't want to go on holiday. I couldn't have thought of anything worse, but went anyway. I was kind of ready to come home after 3 days, and there was nothing. Oh, I don't know, I don't even want to visit it. In fact, let's just skim over it. Holiday was shit. Things got worse. I was so relieved to be home because I had 2 puppies waiting at home for me. I'd obviously booked the holiday before I planned to buy puppies, and so that's all I wanted to do, was to just be home with them. What I was also trying to suss out in June was, in terms of that relationship, was to see where it was going. It'd been like 3.5 years at this point, and I honestly didn't know if I saw a future for it, and yeah, like that caused a lot of problems as well, and I was basically told that I need to not plan my whole life, which, is it really that bad? I don't think it is. In July then was consequently the best month ever. No, actually second best, because August was the best. In July, the relationship broke down completely, which honestly, looking back, I know I was really upset and whatever, and it was just, I mean, it wasn't even a shock. I'm not sure why I got so upset, but that was the best decision, although it wasn't mine, the best decision ever. Because from that I've grown so much as a person, which I think you can see as well. I can definitely see, like, watching back old videos and things, like I can't even relate with that person, because I'm so different now. So that was that. I also got the keys for this place. I had like a mad 2 weeks of decorating, getting new carpets in and everything, as you'll know, because you may have watched my moving out vlogs. So after being pretty grumpy through July and sad and whatever, come August I started to like get my shit together. I started to gain confidence. I'd also lost a little bit of weight, I think, and I was going through the process of losing weight. I'm not sure how, that tends to just happen to me after relationships end. I just get happy and then I lose weight. I think all of that like comfort eating or whatever, or maybe I was just depressed for so many months that I stopped eating all that shit and it just fell off me basically. So I started feeling better about myself. I got my hair cut. That was also the last time I had my hair cut, in August, and like this is where we're at now. I am going to get it done next weekend, it only took me 6 months. So yeah, there's that. I downloaded Tinder. I went on one crappy date, and then my next date was with Dan, who happens to be the boyfie. So since August, things have just like progressively been getting better and better for me. So I saw Dan the once in August, because it was like the end of August, and then come September, he was on holiday for a week, so I didn't see him, and I really missed him. And it's weird because obviously I had been speaking to him for a while before first meeting him, but I properly missed him when he was on holiday. I don't know why. Like, I kind of instantly had this connection with him that I can't really put into words or explain, but it was just like he was the other half of me, and for him to not be around, I didn't like it. So when he like came back off holiday, like he literally came straight back here, I think, or like he got ready and then we had our second date, and I hugged him and I was like, oh, I missed you so much, and we went to the cinema, and yeah, it was just lovely. Throughout September I also got tonsillitis. I think I messed up my antibiotics by where I forgot one, and that kind of wrecks the whole course on like the week course of antibiotics. So I ended up getting it again after I'd started getting better, and then had to go on another course. So during this time, like, I kind of said to Dan, like, I'm not kissing you because I don't want to give it to you, and yeah, that was quite hard. Like, you've just started this new thing with someone and you can't even show them affection. It sucked. But during this time, the Great British Bake Off was on, and that was like our thing of a Wednesday. Basically what we used to do is try and get things we could eat that were to do with whatever they were making on that week. We also had a date of a Sunday morning, I think it was. We went to Lichfield and we went and got food. Okay, so I had like these fake nails, and they were just shit because they were like acrylic dips rather than like proper acrylic nails. And I was on this swing, and like we were both on swings because we're both big kids in this park, and my fucking nail fell off. And like, okay, like I fancied this guy, still do, but like at the time I really fancied him. We weren't official or anything, and my nail, like literally this one, I think, so it looked shit because underneath, after you've had acrylic nails, your own nails are fucked. And it just popped off in the grass, and I was like, I've lost the nail. So I told him, and he spent like, I was like, oh, we're never gonna find it. And he spent like 10 minutes and he was like, I found a nail. It was so romantic. And I was like, okay, let's go buy nail glue. So we went and bought nail glue, and we went to this little, like a cafe thing maybe, and I glued my nail back on at the table. So it was all lovely. I really enjoyed that morning actually. Like, it's nice that he wasn't like, do you know what I mean? Like, your nail fell off. Because it is a bit gross and it looked horrid. In October, we were still like dating and stuff, and he met my family for the first time. I ended up having a breakdown in October because, I don't know, when I have breakdowns, I'm normally triggered by something, and it can be like the most minor thing. And something triggered me in October, and I had like this panic of like, he doesn't actually like me kind of thing, because at this point I'd totally fallen for him. I don't know, I was just besotted by him, and I panicked, and my first way of dealing with that is to go and cry somewhere in a ball. So yeah, that happened. I ended up speaking to him about it, and yeah, we like cleared that up, so to say, and I ended up meeting his family not too long after that, so that was lovely. And then we became official. It's quite bad that I just had to look at that, but we became official Facebook official on the 20th of October 2016. So as of yesterday, we've been together 3 months. Come November then, I think, obviously at this point we're official. I mean, Dan normally comes around mine like of a Wednesday night and a Sunday morning, sorry. So yeah, like nothing, I can't really think of anything major. I haven't really put anything down other than the fact that like I was trying to get the dogs used to being around him and to try and get them to settle. That is something we are still trying to do and achieve, and it went really, really well last night, to the point where we had to keep telling them to like, they can't come on the sofa, because I don't want them to think they can come on the sofa when I'm on the sofa with Dan. If it's just me and I say, okay, come on then fine, but otherwise they just kind of walk all over you and they don't settle, and I'll end up being on one side of the sofa and Dan's down the other end. And it worked really well last night, to the point where they were both asleep on their bed in the lounge with us, and we were on the sofa, and it's going good, so I'm really happy about that. With December, obviously I had all of the troubles. I was also having problems with my boiler as well, by the point where it wasn't keeping pressure. It's still a bit iffy, but hey ho. And internet problems, I was super stressy, and obviously Christmas was lovely. I really enjoyed it. It was, okay, the one bit that I didn't like was waking up Christmas morning and there being no one to go, it's Christmas, you know, like just no one. I was like just lying in bed like, oh. So I text my mum going, I don't feel festive at all, do you? Obviously I'm really bored. Because I was meant to be going around hers like of lunchtime anyway, so she came and picked me up at like 12. I had my morning with the dogs and they opened their presents from me. I went to my mum's, spent some time just me and my mum. We had Christmas dinner together, like me and my mum, which was really nice actually. I don't really get to spend much like one-on-one time with my mum, because I only really see her now when she's given me a lift to work or from work to home. And so I don't think like she wants to see me outside of that, because she sees me quite a lot. But I would like to spend more time with her, I guess. It's just like obviously the no driving thing is a bit of a pain. So I really enjoyed Christmas, and then my sister came round with the kids and we were all sat in the lounge opening presents, and that was really nice. And then I think we all had pudding together, and then watched films and played games, and that was lovely. And then I got back here I think for like 7-ish. Dan had to work in the day, which is super shitty. I hate that people go out on Christmas. Like, I don't think it's fair on the people that then have to work it. Like, it's shit. So anyway, he had time with his family in the morning, went to work, had more time with his family because he didn't really get to see them much in the morning. And then he came around mine, I think for like 8:30, 9, and was going to stay the night. So we had our own like first little Christmas together, which was lovely because obviously it was nice and private, having my own space, and it was just me and him and the dogs. So like that was really nice, and I really enjoyed like him opening his presents. It was lovely to watch and was very appreciative, so that was nice. And I haven't actually touched any of my Christmas presents yet because I am still trying to do like a video on them, which hopefully you'll see soon, because that means I can then start using my stuff. So unfortunately I haven't been able to use any of it because I'm so like strict with videos. But yeah, so Christmas was lovely. He stayed over. Boxing Day we slept in. We were supposed to be getting like up and out and going shopping to try and get some sale bargains. We slept in, we cooked breakfast together, ate breakfast, got ready, went to Burton, I think, went shopping. It was quite late by this point, shops were closing because it was a Sunday as well. And what did we do? Oh, and then we went to Nando's and then we just came home, I think. But yeah, that was really nice. I really enjoyed it. Like, we had such a good Christmas. New Year's he was working, so I didn't do anything. I just stayed with the dogs anyway. Like, I would never leave them on an occasion where there's fireworks, because if they're scared, that would just be horrendous for them. So I will stay and sit and babysit or doggy sit. So I did. I also had like over a week off work, which was, I'd planned to do loads and to film loads and to just stockpile videos, but because my camera broke as well, I literally couldn't do anything, and my boiler was broke, so I was waiting for people to come round and blah, and it was just shit. Okay, so I kind of feel like I've been talking forever for a whole year. Do you get it? Oh, I'm so uncool. But so yeah, that is my whole year. It started off pretty lousy. I'd say like it started like here, it went like this, and then it went like this. And it's still carrying on going up and up and up, which is lovely. Oh my god, I forgot to talk about mine and Dan's holiday. That's so bad. In December, it's because I'm not looking at notes anymore. In December, I had a log cabin booked, which I asked Dan to come with me to, because I'd literally had it booked for like over a year. I'd paid for it. It was all like my idea. And I said, like, you know, I've got this booked, are you okay to come with me? Like, would you be okay with it, kind of thing? And he said, yeah. And honestly, we had the best few days. And it was so nice, because we don't get to spend much time together, to have like 3 days, was it 3-4 days maybe, of like dedicated time where I am not looking after dogs and all my attention can go towards him. And it was just, oh, it was so nice. Like, I think on the Friday we spent the day in a place called Matlock, which I'd never been to. Then our cabin was in Sherwood Forest, which I booked via Forest Holidays, if anyone's wondering. I had like a bunch of questions about it at the time when I posted about it on Instagram. We had like our own hot tub, which we spent hours in, like hours and hours. We were like cooking dinner each night. I got to go to bed and wake up next to him quite a few times. It was just lovely. It was so nice. And I feel like that really, really helped like strengthen our relationship. And when we talk about it now, we're like, that came at a really good time for us. I think because we'd been together quite a while, or like a nice amount of time, to then have like a mini holiday or a breakaway together. And that was lovely. And then when we came back from that, obviously I had this week or whatever off work. He stayed over quite a bit, which was also lovely. And then we've gone back to like, I'm at work now and you need to go to work on the weekends. So we slept over last night, which was Friday night, and he had to get up and leave first thing this morning. So we're kind of making do. I can't really say that you've missed out on anything so far in January. I've literally done nothing but been moaning that I can't make videos, and so I really, really wanted to get back into it like as soon as possible and get this video done so I can start it all off. But I have so much planned and I'm so excited. I feel like I've got my like fire back for YouTube, and hopefully you enjoy the videos that are coming out. I've got quite a few lined up already, and they will be up of a Friday. They go up on Fridays at midnight. I know some people stay up for them, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to like make you tired for Friday daytime, but that's when they'll be up and I'm really excited. If you have any suggestions, pop them down below and I'll work on it for you. Yeah, I'm super excited, but I am so aware of how long this video is. Hopefully I haven't missed anything, but I'm excited for this year. I didn't really have any resolutions as such because I always just ruin them, to be honest. But I'm starting this year with, or I did start this year, sorry, because we're like a month in. I feel like I look, without sounding big-headed, I feel like I look the best that I've ever looked. Like weight-wise, I am like the lowest I have been since I've tried to lose weight, kind of thing. My YouTube, I feel I'm really happy with it and happy how it's going. We are like so close to 20,000 subscribers and that makes me so excited. I am starting this year, or I've started this year, in this amazing relationship with someone who I can't wait to spend like the rest of my life with. We have so many memories to make, and it's just exciting to think about that I get all of this time with this person. We also booked a holiday. Daniel and myself are going to Lanzarote in sort of late June to the start of July. We're going for 14 nights and it is going to be glorious, and I can't wait because I am dying for that time with him. I'm in a really good place right now. I have a wonderful man by my side, and I have a family, I have a roof over my head, I'm paying bills, which isn't the greatest, but at least I can afford to pay bills. And yeah, I'm super excited for this year, and hopefully you enjoy the videos that come this year, because we're starting off afresh and hopefully with better videos. But yeah, if there is anything, as I said, let me know in the comments and I will work on it for you. So that is all from me. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget links to my Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat, because I changed it, are down below. Those are pretty much the only three that I use a lot, but if you do want to find me on any other social media, it's literally my same YouTube username, which is oxlisalouxo, which is my username for everything. So you can come and find me without a doubt, but those are the main three that I use, and that was super long-winded. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!